can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabriel walks in.
Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Great Productions. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie. And on this week's episode, it was Bobby's birthday week, Bobby's birthday pick, year number 2. And the winner of Bobby's birthday pick was one of my favorite movies of all time, the 2013 dark comedy, The Wolf of Wall Street. The Wolf of Wall Street was written by Terence Martin, based off the book by the same name by Jordan Belfort. Wolf was directed by the GOAT, Martin Scorsese. Wolf of Wall Street stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, Margot Robbie, Kyle Chandler, Rob Reiner, Jon Bernthal, Jean Dujardin, Christin, Milioti, and Matthew McConaughey. Alongside me is the Quaalude King of Sunnyside. Because how we feeling?
I don't know. About 35 minutes after taking these lemons, and I'm not feeling anything. But also, I want to say happy birthday, Robbie. And that being said, get the fuck off my boat.
Thank you, cuz. I appreciate it. Day late, dollar short, always. And alongside the cuz and myself, good friend, co-host Ryan. Ryan, I got a little something for you.
Coupons.
How we
miserable fucks. Robbie, how you doing? Happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing good.
Good.
Even better. You know, it is what it is. Another year. That's what it is. What can you do? Happy, healthy, alive.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it was you, but I'm pretty sure I saw you celebrating your birthday last week at the Lollipop Club. Was that you?
No, come on. That wasn't me. Come on.
Nah, come on. I like dancing.
I like dancing.
So yeah, like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch, and we talk about films that we typically haven't seen. We usually put up for a vote on our Instagram, Let the Boys Watch Pod. So check us out there every Friday. But sometimes, like this week, when we have a special birthday request, we always honor it. And Bobby's pick was Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know why I just called you Bobby. That I think because you called yourself or
That's
said it
fine.
yourself. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I'll allow it.
All right. Thank you. So yeah, we're talking Wolf of Wall Street. We have all seen it. I expect a lot of tangents, but we're gonna go through some segments. We have things like favorite character, favorite scene, least favorite scene. We're gonna play some games, give out scores, all that fun stuff. Please send us a message, get involved. ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. Like I said before, find us on Instagram, send us a message there. And also, Benny, tell them what else to do.
We are on YouTube. We post our full episodes with our 3 beautiful faces on there. And what better week to follow us than for Robbie as his birthday present? So follow us on YouTube. You got full episodes. We're going to have some YouTube exclusives. We already had some for The Bear. And I forget what other shows we did exclusively. The Boys. Maybe we'll have some more coming up. But the only way you'll know is if you subscribe on YouTube. Click the bell. Anytime we post an episode, it'll show up on your feed. It'll make you say, ooh, that's nice. Follow
us. Robbie, is Benny's mic a little low to you?
I think so. Yeah, I was hearing it, but that was music to my ears because the less I hear of him, the better.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. How does that sound now?
Oh, crystal clear, like my favorite Pepsi, Crystal.
Oh, the best.
Oh, that's much better. All right.
Yeah.
I had some technical difficulties. T-diffs.
All right. Well, normally we would talk about, why we haven't seen it or what we thought about going into the film. But what I'd like to hear, I think, from Robbie is why did you pick this? I kind of expected at some point we would be watching this with you because I know how much you love it. But what was your thought process going into picking this for your birthday pick?
I don't know. I figured we'd never get around to if I didn't pick it for my birthday. Who knows who's going to vote, and what kind of movies we put it up against. So I figured why not pull the trigger now? I haven't seen it in a couple of years. Also, I was gonna pick, the Scorsese, like I said, Goodfellas or maybe Good Will Hunting, but I figured this was the one I wanted to see. This is the one I haven't seen in a while. I do understand that it goes against, everything I love about movies, the time limit and things like that. But I don't know. This feels like a breeze to me. This is just a tour de force, and it's just DiCaprio at his peak. I think this is the greatest acting performance in 20 in like the past 25 years, this entire century. I really do. Maybe sans uh Daniel Day-Lewis, but I think this is just a tour de force from beginning to end. He's on the screen about 99% of the time and is just throwing absolute gas. Randy Johnson just all over the place, on the left, black, on the right, black. Here comes the slider in the dirt. Good night. See you later. Game over. We're going home, having a couple of brewskis. That's the kind of movie that this is, and it's a fantastic movie. And Scorsese's, I mean, in his late 70s, I think, early 70s when he directs this movie, and he's just at his apex as well. It's a fantastic movie, score, soundtrack, performances. I mean, really. I looked up and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm already 2 hours into this movie. It didn't feel like that. So I don't know. I love this movie. I hope more people love this movie. It's a great movie. It's one of the last great movies of this century, I feel like. So yeah, that's why I picked it. I said and I also wanted to hear everybody else's opinion on it on this show and see what they thought about it because it is raunchy, debauchery, and stuff like that. But again, a lot of people kind of mix it up and say that you like this movie because you're glorifying these people, but it's not real. That I don't think Scorsese was doing that to glorify these people. I think these people are fucking assholes. It's just a wild ride with everything they got away with, and again, we can get into it, but like wasn't pissed off that he got his at the end. I don't think it's like that. It's just a fun movie to watch and a crazy movie to think that all this stuff was going down, and this stuff still goes around and still goes down now. But again, I love it just mainly for everything I just mentioned, and just DiCaprio, uh, my prince, my king, the best.
Good reasons. I was excited. I think I don't know if I said it on the show or not, but I did watch like part of it a week or two ago, just randomly. I don't know why I should have waited. But yeah, I've seen it a number of times. I enjoy it. Look forward to discussing it with you. I definitely want to hear your rating, but I want to hear, all your favorites and all that fun stuff. Um, Ben, you got anything you want to say before we get into, overall impressions and scores?
Whatever. I mean, it's just well, whatever movie, I didn't really want to watch it at all. These things I do for my cousin, really, I mean, it really blows my mind.
Oh,
Um,
please.
no, this is a great movie. There's not much to say about it. Robbie said a lot of it in his little intro there. I guess I'll save the rest of what I have to say for like overall impressions and plum ratings. But yeah, I mean, not going to be upset when this is on the docket to watch this movie.
Yeah. It does fly by, but 3 hours is quite a commitment. I was watching the last like 10, 15 minutes, like in between, like giving small humans food and baths and stuff like that. I'm sitting there watching a couple minutes and then I go do stuff. Whatever. I've seen it
Hey,
before. The things we do for love, Benny.
I know. Tell me about it, please.
I wish I felt it.
That's a you problem. That's a you problem.
I wish I felt it, please.
Um,
Vitriol, yes, the vitriol, yes. I feel I
oh,
can see it through the screen. I can see it right
that's
through the
easy to
screen.
feel.
His eyes give it away. Look at his eyes; they give it away.
And you can see those eyes on YouTube, so follow and
True,
subscribe.
that's true. Beautiful eyes, big brown eyes.
Yeah. Eventually we'll get the Leo face when he's all fucking worked up. Don't make that the YouTube
Make it,
thing.
It's Robbie's birthday. He said to make it, so
damn make it. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
All right. Well, Robbie, it is your birthday. Please, if you'd like to go first with your overall impressions, go ahead, or you choose who you want to go first.
This time, I will go last. I like to hear everybody. I just went on a tangent for 3 minutes. So I'd like to hear somebody else go first. I can go last on this one. This one only, I'll go last on.
Fair
Fair.
enough. Ryan, go ahead.
Yeah. I do also really like this movie, but I think it drags a little bit. Like it's hard to it's hard to say what I would even want cut because everything is so good and everything makes sense in the story. There's not parts where I'm we don't need this, but it's a lot. And I think I read that the director's cut is like 4 hours, so it's like,
Oh
you
my
know,
God.
wild. Um, but I do like it, and I love it. The first act is the best. I love that. Um, of all the three acts, I love that the best because that's him, coming up. It's almost like, like a Marvel movie. The superhero's learning his powers. He's figuring out how to get all this money, and just building this company and getting all his pals in there and just I don't know. I really, really like that part. I think it like kind of slows down for me a little bit in the middle, like right around like with the when the yacht has the uh gets caught in the chop with what's his name as the captain. He's somebody. Um but like in that area, I'm just kind of like I feel like they could have cut stuff, but again, I'm not smart enough to know what to cut. And it's not like there's anything that's like shitty. So it's like I'm almost kind of like it's an awesome meal that I just ate too much of. And I'm like, my stomach hurts because I'm so full. It's like if I took a few less bites, it would have been a perfect meal. So that's how I feel about it. I'm glad we watched it. I love it. I've seen it a number of times, and the acting's great. Um, yeah, I love everything about it, but it, I don't know. It just drags a little bit in the middle for me.
Uh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I ever felt like it was too long, other than like external forces in the apartment that I like. I kind of wish this was over so I could like get to the baby and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna ding it for that, really. Like I thought that what struck me more this time was how truly unlikable everybody is in this movie, like when you break it down. But again, I mean that's like Robbie said, that's the point of the movie. Um, but yeah, I mean, there was a lot of things. I don't know. Like, I feel like I've watched this fairly recently, but there was a lot of stuff that I forgot happened. Um, like the whole scene where they're in the boardroom talking about the little people and like, and like how that goes on for so long. Like, for some reason, I don't even remember that part at all. But no, I mean, listen, time well spent watching this movie. Do I think it's like classic classic? No, but it's definitely an honorary mention if I'm talking about some of my favorite movies. Definitely up there with my Scorsese's, definitely up there with my Leo picks. Um, I might go a couple other movies for Leo before this one, but I mean, you have so many people in this movie just absolutely, like Robbie said, painting the black, crushing it out of the park that it's hard to pick and nitpick with this movie. There's maybe one or two characters that I just really don't like, and I hope that they fall to me in the least favorite section. But yeah, they're terrible people, amazing performances, a great story, and maybe just knowing how full of shit he is, the real Jordan Belfort is, like kind of maybe looking at this movie a little bit differently now on this watch through, like wondering how much of this is definitely not only exaggerated because it's a movie or just because it never happened in the first place or is completely blown out of proportion by something that he wrote or said. But again, it's just another way that I was viewing it this time. Not saying that it detracted from my score or anything like that.
Yeah, again, I think I said this again a long time ago, previously, just recently, that uh my entire thoughts on the movie. But I do think like if you're rooting for these people or you like idolize people, I think it says a lot more about yourself than what it is. Like again, I think this is the movie about, like Benny said, people are just so unlikable at the end of this movie and disgusting, and the things they get away with is crazy. um, until they don't. But again, it's just a fun movie for me. I don't know. I guess when I saw it first, I didn't think I was gonna like this much. Then I liked it, and then I watched it. I'm like, this is just unbelievable. There's just so many stupid things that make you laugh. We can get into them later, but again, it's just the performances that really uh ring true in this movie as well. Like I said, it's direction. Again, the score is a little all over the place with some music cutting in and cutting out and different types of genre music cutting in. But I guess that's what he went for, and I can't argue with Scorsese. I mean, he is what he is. He's the best in the biz. But again, it's just a tour de force. It doesn't stop. It really doesn't. Like once like you see DiCaprio on the screen, it just doesn't stop for 3 hours. It's crazy how it just goes on for 3 straight hours of just debauchery. And no, it's great. It really is. Like you said, Ryan, you see him from his little innocent beginnings, right? He's ready to go. He's ready to, go on Wall Street and make his living. And when he sits down with McConaughey's character and he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. And then 5 minutes later, he's in a strip club doing cocaine and probably getting a Rumpelstiltskin. But it is what it is, and that's what the type of life he lived. That's what the type of life he wanted. He always wanted to be this rich douchebag, and that's what happened. But again, for me, it's just a great movie. You need to take a shower after this movie. I mean, Jesus, I mean, with the way some of the stuff they were doing. But again, I love it. I think it's great. Again, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Definitely in my top 10 and in my probably top three of the past 25 years, 21st century, this and the Social Network and stuff like that. So yeah, love it. Great, crazy, unbelievable performances galore. The funny thing is the backing of this movie to get money for it. I don't know if anybody knows about it. The book that came out. I have it. It's been sitting on my bookshelf for about 7 years now. I haven't even opened it, but $1 billion whale about some guy just had, again, just like faking that he was like this rich $1 billion dude and scammed him. So that's a fun story too, as well. The backstory about this movie.
Score like I'm not knocking Scorsese in any way, shape, or form, but he's definitely the type of like rich sports owner that knows what to do with his money, as opposed to like a super rich, like a guy, like a director that gets a ton of money from a studio, and it's like, okay, you had all these bells and whistles, but like the movie kind of sucked. Like it wasn't really that good. Scorsese's the guy like, all right, we're spending 250 million on this movie and you're going to get what you pay for. And that's kind of like that's what I see this movie as, is like just this extravagant, like we're going nuts on this movie and there's only
Yeah.
one person that we can trust all this money to, and it's Scorsese.
And I think it made a lot of money. I mean, obviously this was like pre-COVID, things like that, when, movies and movie theaters was almost at its apex. I think I made like, it was like, yeah, all right, well, worldwide gross was 407 million.
Yeah.
US Canada was like 116 on a
I
hundred
mean,
hundred thousand dollar
that's
budget.
that's pretty good. Consider like I mean, I think we're a little our numbers are a little skewed from all the Marvel movies and stuff like that with like $1 billion box offices. Like that's not normal. Like 400 million is really good.
Yeah.
Especially for like we said, the length of a movie like this too, as well.
Yeah. And the fact that it's like it's raunchy, it's rated R. Kids aren't going to see this. I mean, I'm sure some of them snuck in, but that's pretty good for a film this with this much debauchery.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. Sex all over the place. Drugs,
Wild.
candles up your butt.
Owie, 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 owie. Wolfie, wolfie, wolfie. Fuck your safe word.
Uh,
Um, shit, I was just gonna say something. I forgot. Fuck. It's gone.
Let's
Whatever.
move
all
on.
right.
Yeah, let's do some scores. Maybe I'll think of it. Um, Robbie, again, your choice. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll get it quickly out of the way. I'll give it, obviously. I'm giving this a 10. I love this movie. I got to give it a 10. If I'm picking it, a birthday pick, it's getting none less than a 10. It's a 10 for me. It's a rewatchable until they put this old boy 6 feet under, or they just in a trash can or in a crematorium. It doesn't matter what they're gonna do to me. I won't know. So yeah, 10, 10, 10, 10. Love this movie. DiCaprio, the best in the biz. Scorsese, best in the biz. Jonah Hill, a surprise performance by Jonah Hill. So yeah, love this movie. 10 for me.
Diamond Donnie.
I'm in Donnie Hazel.
Women choose. Benny?
I'm gonna go with a 9.1 on this one. Very, very good. Like I said, I don't think I'm putting it in my top 10, but it's definitely up there. It's just, I don't know. There's not that there's something missing. It's just that these people are so hateable. Like Robbie said, I mean, maybe that's what it was. Like at the end of this movie, I just wanted to take a shower and just be done with it because it was just so vile. These people are vile. Like everything they were putting into their bodies was disgusting. But no, I mean, it's just a great movie, and I'll go with 9.1.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's yeah, it doesn't make you feel good. Like movies that make you feel good, or like not to say that it needs like a fuzzy happy ending or anything like that, but it doesn't make you angry. It makes you like disgusted. And I think again, I'm stupid, but I think that's kind of like um not tongue in cheek, but like an underlying message that Scorsese was trying to get with like certain shots where he'd show shots of like, people like regular people, in the subway or like at the sales thing or like whatever. And there was like just certain inferences to just be like, I mean, take Rob Reiner's Mad Max's like quote, just the fact that it's obscene. I love that whole conversation that um Jordan and Max have. And it's like almost like it was like Jordan's act is gone. This is how he actually was. And it was just like, this is obscene. And he's like, I know, but I need them to want to be like me. And I do like that. I hope lots of people get that message, but I think Robbie, like what you said a couple times, I don't think everyone does. I think everyone, not everyone, but a good amount of people see this and they're just like, yeah, I want to be fucking rich like Jordan Belfort. Just like, okay, whatever. And that was a long-winded way to say 9.2.
Thank you. No, but
Sorry.
I, and I think that's where people watch this movie and they get not only they get offended, but they're just like, it's not, I can't stand it. They're glorifying this. I don't, again, I 100% do not think that Martin Scorsese went into this movie to glorify these people. I think he spent 3 hours kind of showing you what pieces of shit these people are and what they'll do for anything and how they don't care about people or like, yeah, people are like, well, they didn't, I would have liked to show like them, the little people that they screwed over, but they said that multiple times in this movie. Like, you don't want to hear that. Like, they kind of made that point to narrate that. Like, you don't want to hear how all this went down or that went down. Like, I don't know. It's a crazy movie. It's messed up what he did, but again, like, I do not think that they're glorifying this. There's no point to glorify this because it's unglorifiable if that's even a word. It's disgusting what they did, but tell you something right now, it's fucking hilarious. And not what they did, but the performances and the things they do is just stupid. Some of these scenes are just out of control. Out of
Yeah,
control.
yeah, it's true. Um, Speaking of characters and scenes, Robbie, what would you like to start with?
Um, I'm intrigued to hear everybody's least favorite character. We can go least favorite character first. So there's a lot of
Wow.
there is a lot of fantastic scenes, and I don't want to waste that segment because there is too many great scenes in this movie.
Uh,
Do you want to start us off since it's your birthday, or you want to pick somebody?
Sure. So let me start. Let me go with my least favorite character because this person annoyed me. Yeah, the first time I watched it, the second time I watched it, the third time I watched it, the fourth time I watched it. the fifth time I watched it. It is none other than Stephanie Kurt Zuba as Kimmy Belzer.
Damn it.
I hate her guts. She's the worst. She stinks. Typical Long Island rich person. Just annoyed the shit out of me the entire time. She thought she was too cool for school. Yeah, she didn't do anything. I just hate her guts. I've always hated her. Um, Maybe it's the performance that she gave, but I just couldn't stand her. She was annoying every time Jordan was trying to talk the way she thought she was hot shit. Like, whatever. Like, you're not Jack your asses with that pink blazer on. Please, there's only one. So take it easy and get off my screen. You're annoying. Go home to probably Rosalind and hang out there and go to a Whole Foods and get $45,000 shakes for and leave me alone. You stink.
Fair. Fair. It's a good choice. She is annoying.
She is very hateable in a movie full of hateable people.
It it's funny, that's maybe like one of the only slightly heartwarming things to get out of this is the story about giving her 25 grand, but like she's so annoying about it that it's like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Have some humility.
Yeah.
Oh, please. I hate that. I hate that.
Listen, this is what happens when you give a bunch of poor people money.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's
I'll
true.
prove them wrong if somebody wants to give me a couple mil.
I
I
might
can't
turn into the
imagine.
Wolf of Wall Street. I'll tell you right now, if they give me the cash.
You never see me again.
No, never.
Well, please, anybody out there, give the man his money.
Give me my money. Um, the Can you even imagine like working in that office? Like if you were just like a normal person, like that must have been hell on earth.
Like,
Yeah,
what's his name? Todd Middleditch.
Yeah, cleaning his fishbowl.
Yeah, and his bow tie.
A new issue day. Uh, Benny, you want to go? You said before you had a few that you wanted to get.
Give me Rob Reiner as my least favorite character in this movie.
Ah,
Oh,
what?
I don't know, man. There was just something about him. Like his acting was off in this whole
That's
movie.
awful.
And I don't know. I never noticed it. I like Rob Reiner. I think he's funny. I think he's a smart guy. But I don't know. Everything with him just felt so forced in this movie and it took me out of it. And again, I'm coming from a place where I am a Rob Reiner guy. I'm a Carl Reiner guy. Put me in the Reiner Hall of Fame. But no, I don't know. He just was not doing it for me in this movie. And every time he was on the screen, everything just felt so forced from him, and it took me out of the movie.
Devastating. That devastates me.
It's that hurts. That hurts. But
That hurts my heart.
Someone's got to tell the hard truths on this podcast.
That
And
is
it's
true.
got to be me. It's got to be me.
That is true. Tough times don't last, but bad guys do.
That's
That's
right.
all that matters.
um, now that I think about it, I don't 100% disagree with you. But we'll talk about it later. And my pick might actually also be a little controversial,
Leo.
because my pick
Wait,
is Matthew McConaughey as Mark Hanna. I fucking hate that part. I hate it. I skip it. Every time I watch this movie, I skip that part. I like the part leading up to it. I like him in the office with the other guy. And the whole, explanation of like, cocaine and jerking off and all this stuff. But the pounding of the chest, I hate it. I skip it.
I, I I don't blame you for hating it, but I mean, I don't know. It's just I feel like it's a part of his whole shtick.
I No, I get it. I understand,
yeah,
but
but
I hate
you
it.
could thank DiCaprio for that because he was just doing that off screen
Yeah.
for his warm up. So
Really?
yeah, that's his like little. They said that's his little warm up to get ready. And DiCaprio's like, "The fuck's this guy doing?" And he's like, "You know, he's like, can we keep this in?" And he's like, "Yeah, definitely." Scorsese wanted to keep it in with DiCaprio, so that was his little warm up. But I was thinking the same thing. Like, I was getting Uber Eats commercials on YouTube, and it was McConaughey just recently, just today actually, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, do I hate Matthew McConaughey? Am I over this shtick of McConaughey? Might be getting there.
A little bit.
I might be getting there.
A bit.
It's it's not McConaughey. It's nothing can just be a moment. Everything has to be like the second something becomes viral, it has to become like you see it every 20 seconds in 50 different iterations. Same thing. Like, why does he need to be now doing an Uber Eats commercial about his tuna salad? Like, it's bad enough I had to see that fucking clip with that stupid idiot Bert
Oh,
Kreischer
please. That's the
50,000
worst.
times. Like, I watched it. Hey, that kind of sounds like, I would want to maybe try that tuna salad. Went a little off the rails at some point, but I would tailor it to my liking, but then it's got to be he's getting asked about it at a conference, and now it's a like just let a moment be a moment. Why do we need to make it like a million different things to try to like jump on it, and then like you said, you end up just hating the person.
I know. I never thought maybe that he would make me want to hate tuna salad, but it's getting there too as well. Because,
Listen, if I ever see a fucking frozen pea in my life, I'm gonna go nuts.
oh, please, I'm gonna fucking stomp it out. I'm gonna stomp it out. Yeah, like you said, and it had to be with that unfunny idiot, grifter, stupid loser, Bert Kreischer, who is the unfunniest person I've ever met in my life. Well, I didn't meet him, but
100%.
still, as I seen him in my life, he's an asshole. I can't stand him.
It's fair.
An entire clan of Roganites. But I digress.
That's okay.
The dingleberries of comedy,
Oh, please.
hanging on to Joe
Who's
Rogan's ass.
Hanging on an asshole.
yeah. One's unfunny than the next.
Any on you mentions?
Yeah, what's his name? Just because he was a dick. Jerry Fogel, Stephen Kuhnken, the dick stockbroker. That was just in the beginning that
Oh
McConaughey
yeah.
was throwing the ball at.
Oh yeah,
I think he's in Billions. But yeah, he was a dick. But again, that's the majority of people on Wall Street, just assholes. But
That's the point.
the Rob Reiner, oh my God.
Again,
The Max hate. Unbelievable.
listen,
Devastating.
the only Max I like, I can get a cheeseburger and fries and AC Slater sitting on the back with Cher. It's the only Max I like.
True.
yeah.
That is true.
Oh,
Not
you know
shares, I'll
what?
tell you that right now.
Yeah. You know who I kind of hate in this? Rugrat.
No.
I
Come
kind of hate him.
on.
Come on. That hurts my heart. You might, if you cause me to have a heart attack on my birthday, please.
Oh,
That
it's the
guy's
day
the
before.
best.
Yeah. I I don't know. He
One of
just
my
is
faves.
annoying. He seems like a tool bag to me.
He is
Like
a tool bag.
I know, but and that's the whole point, but like I don't like why you have all this money now, you still wearing that ridiculous toupee?
You gotta. I mean, please, the man's a cigarette machine.
He looks like Sam's Club Steve Carell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm like, geez, man, a lot of people really, really hurting my heart right now. Two
I
of my
like them.
favorite characters. Oh, thank you.
I like them.
Oh, you're trying to get points.
Come on. I mean, I got to get something here.
I didn't hate him, but he was annoying to me.
No, you know, a little bit. You
You
insult
said
him a
you
little
hated.
bit. You
You said
insult
you
Did
him a
I?
little
hated.
bit. You
All
insult him a
right,
little
I
bit.
kind of hate him
You insult him a little bit. A little bit.
a little bit. And
Ani Mensch for me, and it's not a real Ani Mensch. It's because it took me out of it, and I couldn't remember her name for like an hour and a half. Fran Lebowitz as the judge,
I loved
Yeah.
because
it.
I was like, why can't I remember her name? And it took me out of it for a little bit. But shout out.
I loved it.
Shut
I
up, Fran.
didn't notice that was her until this viewing.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Any other Ani mentions for least favorite character?
I just don't like what's his name. Yeah, just is it Ethan Suplee?
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know. There's something about him I don't like. I thought he was trash. I thought he was a trash lineman in Remember the Titans. He was trash liability at the O line position, D line position stunk. Um, I don't know. He's another one hanging on him. Told people go out. They're all hanging on to Leo's coat. Coattails. How dare you?
I feel like I ride with him because of Boy Meets World, and I've been like on the Souple train for a long, long time. And when he still pops up nowadays, I'm like, oh, that's my guy. He's still around. He's still hanging around, and he was fantastic in Blow.
True.
I haven't seen Bone so long.
Oh, come on, one of the best.
It's a
One of
good
the
one.
best.
Gotta watch it.
Maybe we should do
Um,
a drugs week.
Oh, please.
please. Um,
Favorite.
have anybody else?
Oh yeah. Anyone else?
And Emma, just because of Austin Powers teeth, um, I can't, I can't, I mean, I can't make fun of people's teeth. I mean, please, I have a gap in my tooth. They're not the best teeth, but at least they're not Aunt Emma's teeth. And I'll go to my grave thanking the good Lord for that. And Emma, veneers, sweetheart, veneers with that kind of cash you got.
Denise, ever heard of him?
Please, goodness gracious. Uh,
Um,
you guys, I mean,
Go ahead.
you want me to go for my favorite, or you guys want to go? You can go first, and I go last. You want to go?
No,
Babe, it's
again,
your
your
birthday.
choice. It's your
It's your
show.
birthday.
You're right. You're right. It is all about me, and I do love when the attention is on me. Please forget about it. I mean, why wouldn't you with this face? Please give me Leonardo DiCaprio, favorite actor in this movie. I mean, tour de force, tour de force. Shame that he did not win the Academy Award for this. He should have won Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Screenplay. He should have swept the awards himself for this year. It's just a tour de force what he does in this entire movie. Nobody else can do. I really don't see anybody else doing this. I don't see Matt Damon doing it. I don't see Daniel Day-Lewis doing it. I really don't. I don't.
All right,
I
hey,
don't.
listen, it's your opinion. It's your
Hey,
birthday. Your
hey,
opinion.
I don't. Hand up. I don't. Uh, the only person I see doing it is Rugrat, PJ Byrne. I mean, please, what an actor. No, just all right. Maybe two actors can pull this off, and he's one of them. Really, he's just phenomenal in this movie. I love everything about him. I can't wait till the third annual plumbing so I can pick him again 3 years in a row. I mean, forget about it. Some people call it a three-peat. Shout out the Jordan Bulls 2 times.
So
So
that's why you picked this movie for your birthday to make sure Leo had a film this year.
Leo's always gonna have a film. No matter, he's always gonna have a film. It's Leo
That's
week.
probably true.
It's Leo week every week in this household.
Fair.
So. Uh, but yeah, no. Yeah, no, there's nothing more that I can say that I haven't said already. I told you I think this is one of the best performances of the past 25 years, one of the best performances of all time. He is top notch in this movie. I mean, he really does bring it. He brings in everything. And it was a joy to watch him on the big screen for 3 hours because without him, I don't know if this movie would have been what it was or what it is to me. I just love the cap, and he's absolutely phenomenal in this movie, and there's nothing more I can say.
It's like we talked about with Once Upon a Time. Like you get lost in the character. It's not Leonardo DiCaprio anymore. Like he is that guy.
Yeah, it's true, and I feel like you don't get like it takes a real talented actor to get lost in a character, and he's one of them. And Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood was one of them as well. It's like it's a select few that can just do it, and yeah, it's a testament to him because it's every time he's on screen, every time he's in a movie, it really is.
Yeah. And I feel like you said, he was not nominated or he didn't win.
He
I think
lost to
he was nominated. Yeah.
McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club.
I feel like actors don't get enough credit when they do like scenes where they're fucked up, like when they're on drugs or whatever. It's pretty hard to, I would think, to do that, and he did amazing doing that, like with the lewds and like all the just like sloppy mess. That whole entire scene, with them, uh, with the when he goes to the country club, that whole thing, like that was amazing acting. And
Dude,
I feel like no,
sorry.
like he doesn't get credit for it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that one scene alone of him getting in his Lamborghini at the country club should have won him 45,000 awards. Uh, it's just phenomenal. It really is. That's so crazy to do though. Even that physical comedy that he did, like it's, I don't know. Anybody can lose weight and, for a role and be paper thin like McConaughey, but come on, not a lot of people can do, all these things that DiCaprio did with his performance.
You know, it's funny, like kind of a sidebar, but not because it's still in the same ballpark here. But I was like, damn, McConaughey's fucking skinny in this movie. But I guess that's because it was around the same time he did
Yeah,
Buyers Club.
Yeah. Yeah, it was around the same time, so that's why.
yeah. No, he was incredible in this film. Uh, and I think for me, a lot of it was that the way he played, being fucked up. Like it's it's pretty hard to be convincing on that. Like, there's not a lot of actors are good at that. It's just like they're just like kind of stumbly and slurring their words. Like he did it
I mean,
really well.
and then his friggin' dance moves at the wedding. I mean, as somebody that can't dance, like if I could just do that move, I would be happy. Because then you only need to
Yeah.
like everybody's like, oh, go dance, go dance. You're like, nah, 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 nah. And you just go out and you just do that for like 5 seconds and walk off the dance floor. Everybody's gonna remember it, and you're the hero. And then you don't have to dance the rest of the night.
I
I
mean,
wanted
don't sell yourself short that you can't dance. Come on. How dare you say that?
can
I
dance.
can move to the beat. I'll say that.
That's all you need.
I want
But that's
moves, though. I want moves, Jerry.
that's what annoyed me too. It's like for somebody that, what you see obviously portrays like somebody that kind of has it all, looks, acting, money, all these things. When I first watched this and I saw him do it, I was like, what the fuck does this guy not have? That he dates 25-year-olds? Shucks.
He puts his
Uh,
AirPods in when he's banging. Like what?
yeah. He's a fucking wackadoo, right? But he like rents out supposedly, a theater for his birthday and runs around with a lightsaber, watches Star Wars. Is that weird? Okay, cool, whatever. But when I saw his dancers, I was like, you gotta be, I mean, come on. Some guys have all the luck.
They really do. They really do.
I want to be. I want to do Jonah Hill's dance moves in that. I don't know if you noticed.
Like,
He's got the cigarette in his hand. And yeah, he was doing that. But then there was the one where he was just like, fantastic,
oh, he's unbelievable.
fantastic. Um, Benny, favorite?
All right. Well, you teed me up on it because I will transition from that and saying that Jonah Hill is, even if Leo was on the board, I would pick Jonah Hill in this movie. Obviously, like he's not going to win the Academy Award, but maybe he should have because he was hilarious in this movie. And again, another one that I wouldn't say becomes the character as much as DiCaprio does, but like I'm fully bought into like him just being this guy. From the moment he comes on screen with you show me a pay stub with $70,000 on, I'll quit my job and come work for you. I want to do that to somebody rich and be like, no, no, no. You tell me, show me this, I'll quit and I come work for you right now. And he lets him. And then just, I don't know. I love him in this movie. The teeth, there's so many memorable moments. I mean, the conversation about him dating, banging or was married to his cousin and like kind of joking, but not. And even then, like he kind of leaves Leo like, I don't know what's true or what's not right now at the end of that conversation. Um, the
And then
Steve
don't they smoke crack right after
man,
that?
yeah, cause smoke fucking crack with me, bro. Come on, smoke fucking crack. Uh, the Steve Madden scene, the country club scene, just so many fantastic moments. And then you're so all in on the Jonah Hill train, and he fucks Jordan at the end with the note, and you're like, I almost pulled him out of contention for favorite character because of that one stupid move that he makes at the end of this movie.
He may have gotten away with everything because of that one move.
But on the other hand, he's wearing a wire, so I, I don't know. I don't know. It's very gray in a sea of black hearts.
He was definitely deleting lines
Oh yeah,
while they were reading the thing, just
yeah.
delete enter. So I don't know what he's up to.
No, he was
Yeah.
great. I think he should have definitely won as well, supporting. Definitely. He was fantastic in this movie. Really. And I don't think it took like $60,000 to do it so he
Yeah,
can get in.
good for him.
Rushed it.
Yeah. Um, I wasn't planning on it, but I kind of think I have to take for my favorite character, Margot Robbie, as Naomi Belfort. Just because what a great performance by her. She and I think she even says something. I think I read something about this, but like basically, like she knows what she has, and it is all this, and uses it and gets in there. I mean, good for her. And her accent was spot on,
Perfect. Yeah,
perfect.
you
Duchess
can't.
of Bay Ridge.
The
Yeah,
Duchess of Bay Ridge, yeah.
she's fantastic. I mean, every movie she's been in, like I think she's been one of our favorites. So, I mean, how could there's, uh, she's a favorite of the show.
And I don't, yeah, I, I don't like. I don't know. She doesn't like stand out to me personally. I mean, she does because for a lot of reasons, but like I don't think like this movie typically or Once Upon a Time or like other movies that she's in, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, she's in it great. Like she's good. I don't know, but she's just fantastic, and I should stop overlooking her. That's my fault. That's on me.
I feel like she's not in a lot though.
No,
But every time she's in something, she's great. She's the anti Sydney Sweeney. Everything I don't like about Sydney Sweeney, I like about Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
fair, fair.
No, she was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic in this movie as well. And not just because of, you saw her giblets, but I mean, it's not
No,
about that. She
no.
was phenomenal in this movie, really.
Yeah.
Her presence was just commanded on this like the screen. Same with DiCaprio. I mean, for somebody who I don't know, was this her first movie? Maybe I think it might have been. Um, but just the way she acted was phenomenal. Really, she was so good in this movie.
I would
I
have
mean, there were
thought she was from Brooklyn.
yeah, there are large chunks of this movie that I forgot about or didn't remember as well as I thought I did. That she was another one where I was like, oh, really not in the movie that much, and she doesn't really have much to say, but she's a big part of it.
Not her first movie, but one of one of her
Come on the
first.
show.
Yeah,
Come on the
come
show,
on the
Margo.
show. Yeah,
Yeah, come talk to us, please.
yeah.
We only say weird things about Matt Damon. You're safe. It's just a safe
Yeah,
space for you.
That's right.
super safe. Super safe.
Um, Robbie, kick us off with Ani Menches.
Oh, goodness gracious. Please give me my main man, John Bernthal as Brad.
The best.
I was trying to find the quotes. I can't find the quotes when he's fucking just pumping outside on the bench, asking for the kid, his panties, asking his mom for some chicken cutlets.
Ma,
I
Fantastic.
mean, the introduction to him is just fantastic. I mean, he's so good. I mean, he was fantastic on The Walking Dead for the short time he was on that show. And it's like, who is this guy? That's the first time I saw him, I think. And I was like, who is this guy? This guy's a fucking lunatic. And then he keeps on popping up with the bear and, Wolf of Wall Street and like that. He's just phenomenal every time I see him. I love everything he's in that I've seen him in. So this again, I know these scenes are coming, but they still make me laugh. Like it's the first time I'm watching, and that was one of my favorite ones. The Sum of the Pen, those idiots around the table at the diner, and then him asking, I just don't want to talk to you anymore. And he's just talking to as he's talking to him, he's just pumping, he's just like just flexing. It's like he's just unbelievable in that scene.
I forgot what he says in that one scene. I think I rewound it. I was laughing so hard when he said something. He's like, "You gotta show him," something like that, like about, I guess, like women or something. He was just like, "You gotta show him. You gotta show him." Okay.
He's the best.
With just
He
the
is
two
good.
back-to-back scenes of him and Donnie getting into the fight, and then him and Donnie in the parking lot, it's just so good. The parking lot scene is so good. And that's probably, I mean, 90% on Jonah Hill because he's just being such a troll and it's hilarious. But John Bernthal's reactions are just priceless. Just trying to get the briefcase from him.
Just a dick. Like Donnie knows that he will never beat up uh Brad, but he just is antagonizing him and making him go crazy in that parking lot scene. It's fucking awesome.
Ugh. Benny, any honey mentions for you?
It was gonna be Bernenthal. Hold on, let me look at the cast list real quick. Let me see if I can pull something out of my butt.
Well, while
Um,
you're looking at that,
Go
I'll
ahead,
say
please, please.
Rob Reiner as Max Belfort.
Of course, of course.
I the him saying T&E lives in my brain permanently and has for many years. I don't, it just comes out and I think about it all the time. T&E. Just,
No, you said TNA.
no, you said TNA. No, I know what I said.
Why don't you let me in? Why don't you open up?
Yeah.
Give
Oh,
me,
sorry, man.
sorry, give me just a quick one, and it's I don't even think he's really worth having it, but I just love when he pops up on screen. It's Jon Favreau. Anytime he's in anything, I don't know. There's just something about him. Like I want to be his friend. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because he's a portly guy like me that loves food. He's kind of a nerd, so I feel a kinship with him.
No, he's great. Very quick scene, but he always brings it. His little.
Love him.
I'll do it because I thought he was fucking awesome in this. Well, I keep on cursing, but please, PJ Byrne as Rugrat. I mean, phenomenal in this movie. Phenomenal in this movie. I love him. His toupee is absolutely atrocious and an embarrassment. The toupees all around the world, but he's just funny in everything he does. The way he's smoking a cigarette, the way he's talking about Jordan Pfizer in that scene, just dumb shit. He's just funny, man. He really is. I think he's phenomenal in this movie. And that was like the first time I've ever seen him in anything was when this movie popped up. Um, and he really holds his own in this movie. He really does. He goes toe to toe with some of the best actors in the business, and he's very good.
It's too bad he had to go to fucking Benihana.
That is true.
Fucking
Yeah. Um, I I gotta give one to now. I'm doing it because she was fantastic in Penguin just recently that
Oh,
we
please.
watched. But Kristen Milioti. But I didn't think about this until this viewing. She must have gotten fucking paid when they got divorced because there's no way they had a prenup because they were poor when they got married and he cheated on her. So she must have got a ton of money.
But also, she probably had shitty lawyers. Don't forget that. She
No,
probably
but a
think so
lawyer would work for, I don't know
for
how it
free.
works, but commission
Yeah,
to get a piece of that because they would know that she's about to get a bunch of money.
fair.
What
So
is that
that
term called?
that's
Well,
What is that term called?
pro bono.
That's it, right?
I think
Sonny
though
Bono?
it wouldn't be pro bono.
I think that's when it's like they work for minimal. I don't know what it's called. Whatever it is.
So she's the one that's in Pegman that everybody's raving about. I didn't know who she was, but I was like, oh, she's really good. I don't remember her character so much the first couple times I watched it, but watching it this time, I enjoyed her. Like she would like again, this is more of the writing than her, but I mean, it also kind of is her. Like she's not that first wife that's like, oh, she's so annoying, and I need, she was like a normal person, and like you felt bad for her the whole time.
Yeah. Like super supportive when he was out of work
Yeah,
and like probably, was a good wife. But
even didn't want him to take the job at the Wiz, and nobody beats the Wiz.
Oh, nobody beats the Wiz. Come on, who beats the Wiz? Nobody.
I'm the whiz.
Nobody
She's the
beats me.
best. I love her. I love her. I really do. One of my favorites.
Um, any other Ani matches from anybody?
Um, yeah, I gotta give him credit because I think he's a great actor. I'll go Kyle Chandler as well. I can't not talk about Kyle Chandler. I think he's very good in this movie.
The coach.
As yeah, I think I forgot what else I saw him in. A couple other things I've seen him, but I think he's a good actor, and I enjoyed his character in this movie. Like, and it's funny at the end when he kind of realizes, like, yeah, I'm riding this subway to get him, but it is what it is. But he played that part good. He was very good in this movie.
I
Yeah,
always
he's good.
confuse him with the guy from Office Space and Mark Duplass. Like I feel
Yeah.
like the three of them could be related.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I'm Manchester by the Sea. He was in. I loved him in that. That was a good movie.
Yeah, he's good. And that one, he was really only, he was like pretty much just deadpan, like just I'm an FBI agent the whole time. But when they were on that boat, that scene, he was good, like fucking with them there.
Yeah. Could you just say that one more time? Say that one more time.
I'm gonna be a hero down at the office when I take this fucking boat.
Two fresh lobsters too. You don't throw away lobsters like that. Those things are ripe.
Well,
What would you
he's
get?
throwing away $100 bills too. So,
I would have been scooping those bills up, but that's different time.
how much you think was in his garbage pail that he used? Because he was using hundreds for blow in his office. I was just thinking, this guy. I bet the cleaning
Like 10
crew,
G's in there.
yeah, probably makes out pretty good. Because he doesn't get he. There's no way he gives a shit about that money in that.
No, it's tainted.
Any other Ani mentions from anybody?
Not
I'll
for
just
me,
say
no.
real quick, Kenneth Choi as Chester Ming.
He was good.
I don't
He
know,
was
he just
awesome.
made me laugh. It was just funny.
No, he was good.
Yeah.
Eating bear claws in one bite.
I gotta say any more bear claws.
I
I
haven't had
gotta
that.
try.
I haven't had a bear claw in decades.
Yeah, no, I guess I mean,
I don't think I've ever had one.
I think it's probably like less than how many fingers I have in my right hand.
3.
5 fingers. This guy.
All right. Well then let's move on. Uh Robbie, would you like to do least favorite scene or favorite scene first?
I go least favorite. I didn't have a lot. I just said when Jordan got caught cheating on his first wife. Uh, I don't really have a like. Yeah, I'm sure there's like defrauding a lot of people, but I didn't see it. So I have to go with this. You know, my feelings on cheating. I hate it. I think it's scum. I think it's scum of the world for doing things like that. And she, like we said, she really was there for him when he lost his job, and she was very supportive in there. From I don't know the behind the scenes part. She was nagging a little bit. We get it. We understand it, but she was very supportive, and you don't find that very often. And he didn't care, and it's all about Jordan, and you lose a good thing, but it is what it is. And it was sad just to see her kind of realize that, see that, get upset, and but yeah, hopefully she got a nice payday. She deserved it. And I talking about the candy bar, talking about the cash.
The good candy bar.
It is.
Yeah. I just don't get how I'm taking this off a little bit here, but like he, they're showing him as just like fucking all the time, fucked up all the time. Like, I don't get how, and maybe it was sensationalized for the movie, but I don't get how anyone could live like that. Even when I was young and had energy, I there's no way I could have lived that life.
I don't know, man.
Maybe all the coke, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Being broke is exhausting though. When you got all that
Yeah,
money, you can do whatever you want. I
I
mean, I'm sure
guess. Yeah, maybe
it
yeah, maybe
helps.
that's why I don't know.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Uh, Benny, least favorite name?
Um, if I could pull anything out of this movie, it would be all the little people stuff, especially the discussion in the boardroom. Like it just went on for a little too long for me. And it was, I mean, I get it. They're just disgusting people. Like I didn't need them like talking about little people like they're, um, I don't know, like pets or however they were talking about it, and it just was a little too much for me at that point in the movie. So I would take that out. It's a 10-minute discussion for no reason.
Fair. Um, I yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of least favorite scenes. Oh, that was it. Even though I picked him as an Ani Mensch, I was gonna say this before, but I didn't want to spoil my Ani Mensch pick. Do you hate Rob Reiner in this because of the equalizer scene? Because I also hate that scene with the phone.
No,
I don't know, it
yeah,
bothers me.
that's a cherry on top, but it was it honestly it was the scene that you guys were talking about where he's like in there with Jordan and like just having a heart to heart. Like every line feels so forced. Like it feels like acting. Maybe because he's going up against Leo in that scene and it's just, that much more noticeable, but it just felt very stiff.
Understandable. I mean, I really like that scene, but I get what you're saying. But yeah, that whole thing with the phone and the fake accent, like, it's just a no. Like, what are you doing, man? And you never
Yeah.
hear that accent again in the film. So, like,
Yeah.
he only answers his phone that way.
Yeah, when he equalizes on it, probably, right?
I guess. But the whole thing was annoying. She's trying to tell him like what happened, and he's like, "What are you talking about? Who?
Yeah, but when someone is bad at telling a story or like recap it, and you're exactly that. You're like, who did it?
Who did it?"
What are you, a fucking owl?
Yeah. Who the fuck is Venice? Italy? Oh, California, baby.
Oh, unbelievable.
Any Ani Menches for least favorite scene?
Not for me, no.
Yeah.
I already said it, but I want to make sure I hate this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hate what it's turned into too. Like at sporting events. It's like, okay.
Oh,
Like it's so
people do
dumb.
that at things?
They play the like the sound of it.
I don't hope
Ugh.
I think they might do it at the Mets game too. That's why I hate the Mets so much.
Yeah, definitely don't do it at the Met game. They don't do it.
Maybe, maybe they
I think I
should
saw you
start
do
so
it.
they could
I
win
know this. He
something.
did it during the seventh inning stretch. He was out there with his chicken katsu doing it. Doink, doink, scoing, doink. I was like, I gotta go. I said, I gotta catch the 7 train and get out of here. I left him in the dust.
You wish.
Left him in the dust.
Yeah, right. You would have been in Flushing before you knew
I would have been in Connecticut. I would have been in the
it.
metro, would not know where I am.
MTA North, what the fuck is going on here?
Connecticut?
That sounds good. I'll go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah, Connecticut. Yeah, that's where I gotta go. Is that south?
All
So
right. Favorite scene, Robbie. It's your go.
the one and only scene. I mean, there's so many scenes, but I can't believe many hated this scene. I love this scene. It's when they're discussing the little people, and the Rob leads into Max coming in and them discussing the sides and the T&E. I understand Benny's reservations with it. It's just the fact that um that this is a potentially billion-dollar company, and you could see people walking in the background, and they're probably looking in and they're like, man, these people are probably making like $1 million deals right now, $1 billion deals, and they're sitting there talking about entertainment for the office with throwing little people against bullseyes. And it's just I'm sure that stuff was improvised, but it just makes me laugh. And I'm not trying to, you know, demean those people, but I mean, if I'm not laughing at some of the things about these people gossip, uh, DiCaprio say I want somebody able to fucking tranquilize a gun. I mean, just saying it like that, I was dying laughing. I mean, because it's like, listen, it's like these people, you think these people are smart and they're in their office talking about dumb office entertainment. And then the T&E, I mean, that is just absolutely hilarious the entire time. Make something up here. Here he comes, and Rugrats talking about shorting Pfizer out of the blue, and just $46,000 for sides, $26,000 for sides. Is he side secure cancer? Yeah, the side secure cancer. Things like that. It's just a phenomenal scene, and it makes me laugh every single time. But then now Benny makes you feel bad about liking it. So
Happy
what
birthday.
can you do? Thank you. Canceled on my birthday. Who would have thought? But yeah, I'll
That's a
take it
good
back.
scene.
Edit that out. Edit it out. Cut it out. Just bleep it out. I just said the entire time.
No, but and then it leads into I really like that scene where it almost seems like it's a real father and son conversation and not just like Max yelling about credit card bills and shit like that. Like about the obscenity of it and just them talking Leo talking about he's like they're fucking from here down nothing.
Yeah.
I like a little bush.
They grew up in the wrong time. I think I was born in the wrong time.
Man.
What do we do? We're doing favorite scenes.
Favorite scenes.
Give me the Donnie intro scene. I mentioned it earlier, but I just love the over zealous guy coming up to him, asking about where he lives, asking about the car, asking about how much he makes. He's like, yeah, we live in the same building. I got the two kids and the ugly wife. Just again, it leads into like you mentioned them going out and talking about the cousins, the cousins, but yeah, just the I wish I was that guy that could go up to the rich person, make conversation, and then next thing you know, I'm working for them. And it's just the perfect introduction to this character. And it's just a mile a minute from there.
How much if he made 72,000 in a month, how much do you think he then paid Donnie?
100,000 a year.
Think maybe. I would have said, especially what is that supposed to be? What the 80s?
Hmm.
Maybe 1,000 a month, maybe.
You think?
I would have
Well,
said
to start off
25,000 a
with.
month.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he would have. I don't know. He seemed very generous. Like that was never his thing was not. He wasn't like a frugal guy. So I mean, he gave what's her name, Megan Kelly, $25,000.
Oh, I hate that with the snaps. I hate it.
She's the worst. She's the worst.
Oh. Um, I think I mean my favorite scene, I said it before, it's maybe not a specific scene, although I think maybe the conversation with Max and Jordan is one of my favorite scenes. But I just really, again, love the come up. I love a good origin story. I've said it a million times. Them building this up from nothing, him walking into Investa Center with all those fucking idiots in there and just selling whatever he sold, $5,000 worth of Aerotine International or something it was. Fantastic. And then just making all this money. It's what like you were saying before, Robbie, it's vile. It's terrible like what these people do, but it's interesting as well. Like it's just like it's a murder documentary. It's a crime doc. It's like these things are interesting to us because it's like how could they do this? And they did it.
I mean, and not to go off on a whole tangent, but like, what's worse, the people that take advantage of the system or the system?
Right.
System's there. I mean, they could have, fixed all this stuff and it not be like this. So
Right.
we still see
Yeah,
stuff like this happen today. So who
that's true.
really
You
learned their
like
lesson here?
exactly. Even with a bunch of other things, like people take advantage of the system because the system was put in place that way. I mean, if they're gonna find a loophole, they're gonna take the loophole. It's not like it is what it is. Fix it then. Nobody likes it, but
Right.
what can you do?
And
But
it's like
I wanna go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like you could, and I'm sure that's how a lot of these people sleep at night, but you could make that argument that like, Well, listen, if this person is dumb enough to give me their money because I talk well on the phone, that's on them. That's not my fault.
Yeah.
Hey, do your research, right?
Yeah.
You didn't trust me?
Sorry.
Just, but that's what I love about that scene as well.
I would just say, don't judge me by my winners. Judge me by my losers because I have so very few.
He's true. That is true. But I mean,
Oh,
that's the thing. Like even with that, it's just crazy the gift of gab and the amount of bullshit that he can just spew out there just to get people to start selling and buying his shtick.
yeah. That's also Ani Manchili's favorite when he's doing the call and he's acting out everything.
Yeah.
I just that bothers me.
I think that's Martin Scorsese on the telephone.
It is. Good call. Ani Manchis. Favorite scenes.
I'll go with the when they're Donnie and Jordan is sitting at the bar and he's telling him he's like there's a rumor going around that you married your cousin. And he goes into the story about how hot his cousin and nobody else was going to fuck her except for him. And then he's like, don't you worry about the kids? And he's like, well, he just talks about taking them upstate and then just opening the door and saying, you're free to go. Go. I always find that hilarious. I always laugh at that scene because it's so preposterous that it's like, and then, Jonah Hill just nails that scene. It's just hilarious. And then Jordan actually thinks that it's real, that something's going to happen like that. It makes me laugh every single time. I love just, it's like, no, you're free to go. It lets him out the car. I love it. I don't know what it says about me, but I love that scene.
Good pick. I mean, I can't believe this is sitting here, but the lemon scene, like,
Oh yeah.
from beginning to end. I mean, they're not working, and then Leo's on the phone in the country club, and all of a sudden they kick in, and you get the him driving home, and then you get comes back to what it actually looked like. Um, the scene with them fighting over the table and him trying to get Donnie off the phone, and he just pulling on the cord. It smacks Jonah Hill in the face. It smacks him in the face later on. Then he does the bump to like as the adrenaline
Like
shot
Popeye.
to yeah, just so good, so good being dead. I mean, what a physical, fantastic scene.
Yeah, that's good. Wild. And I love about that scene too is all the stuff that they're like exercising, trying to get it to work. And a total rich person outfit, sweatpants, and a open collared shirt. I'm like,
I know it's still rocking it. It's still rocking it.
and he looks fantastic. I'm like, I could never wear that and look cool.
I'm sorry, you can't tell me anything he did in The Revenant was better than that scene, and that's the one he won the Academy Award for. I haven't seen it, but how could anything he have done in that movie been better than that 15 minutes?
That's what I'm
It
saying. Like,
was pretty
And
good.
there was a whole 2 hours and 45 minutes of him knocking it out of the park.
it boggles my mind what these idiots who vote didn't see. I don't know. Um, Another one for me, I'll go with when they're fighting on the bed. I mean, um, and she's throwing the water in his face, and he's talking about who you an owl, and he's like, "Come on, baby." He's like, "Who looks this good, at my age?" And he's doing this and doing that. And he throws the water in his face again. And she's talking about how she had to pay the landscapers in cash or somebody in cash. And he
You
goes,
have
"Oh my God." Yeah. I loved it. You had to pay him in cash with your hands. Oh my God. So, I mean, just a great scene between the both of them going toe to toe with each other. It really was great.
Yeah, very good scene. Also liked Ani mentioned the when he first meets the Swiss banker and they're doing like what they're saying, but then what their internal monologue is. It's like, yes, you American fuck.
I'll go again, quick. I'll go again. Another one, the sales pitch scene. Pick up the phone and start dialing. That was great, just to see what he was, his kind of mindset was. I really thought that was great. That was a good one. I saw it wasn't motivational, but you could sense that, you know, the way he delivered that, how motivational it was to the people in the office. So it was good. Another one. I mean, now I'm getting angrier and angrier that he didn't win the Academy Award by every scene I'm going through.
I mean, any of the motivational speeches are pretty iconic. Like the "I'm not fucking leaving" might be one of the most memorable parts of the whole movie. Like just generally for the people.
That's all I want Benny to do. All I want Benny to do one time in his life is pick up the phone and start dialing to me.
No, please,
That's all I want. That's all I wanted to do.
please.
When was the
Keep
last
dreaming.
time you talked to a friend on the phone?
This week?
Really?
Yeah. Me and my friend Brian that says he's gonna been writing into this podcast since it started, and he still hasn't. Can't email, but he can call. I don't know. I don't know if I should be happy or frustrated.
I don't think I've spoken
Yes,
to a friend on the phone in don't even know how long.
definitely has to be
Call-
months. But it says Benny, last time Benny called me was 20 pre-COVID, I think, on the
Wow.
phone.
You text don't work?
No, I took my phone call. Hey, cuz, how you doing,
Yeah,
cuz? Good. What's up, cuz? Love you, cuz. Thanks for always being there for me, cuz. Remember that time you flew 45,000 miles away from me, cuz? Love you, cuz.
please. Listen, I don't want to air your dirty laundry on this podcast, so why don't you just wrap it up? Let's move on to the next segment, will you?
Last time I had to call Benny was I said, buzz me in. He goes, you didn't buzz. I said, I
And
buzzed. He goes, no, you didn't buzz. I said, I definitely buzzed.
I said, well, buzz again, and I hung up.
I buzzed. All right. I buzzed.
Buzz these nuts.
On my birthday. Who would have thought? On my birthday, but
Let's move it along, please.
Are you surprised, Robin?
from Benny?
Ugh.
No,
Yeah.
please. I'm surprised by him. Plays the vitriol in his facial features, his tone. Disgusting. But what do you expect?
Ryan, when they go low, we go high.
That is true.
It's true. Any other Ani mentions? All right. Well,
Donnie
speaking
taking
of,
his dick out at the party.
you're so hot.
Perfect.
George, you
Johnny
gotta fuck her.
fucker. That whole scene's funny with the women's shoes. And
Yeah.
Leo just next to him
Steve,
holding his
man.
face. He's just like, women's shoes. Steve. Steve Madden. All right. Anything else that needs to be said about this film before we play some games?
Said enough. Said enough already.
All right. Benny, kick us off.
Where you going tonight, Frank? Tahiti is a game we like to play. It is inspired by Christopher Walken in another Leonardo DiCaprio movie, Catch Me If You Can. He's his father in the movie Catch Me If You Can, Christopher Walken. And he asked Frank, where you going tonight? Tahiti? And this is something that we saw in the movie. Maybe it's a pop culture reference, something that's just insane and just makes no sense, or, it's just kind of took us out of the movie a little bit, or just something we want to give a shout out to. And I'll start and I'll say, where you going tonight, Frank? Tahiti, the first class of that plane was huge. And if I ever fly first class, I want it to be in a plane like that, where there's like apparently an island just in the middle of it that you can dry hump a an air attendant,
Stewardess.
flight attendant. Yeah.
Stewardess.
I mean, it looked like you could have a whole disco, Studio 54 in the first class area of that plane. And shout out for, I guess, being allowed to do whatever you want in first class. So that's my way of going tonight, Frank Tahiti.
They don't make planes like that anymore. They don't make planes like that anymore.
They really do not. Now that just the doors just fly off the planes.
Exactly. And CEOs get paid 46 million a year for it. I digress.
All right. Way going tonight, Frank. Tahiti is also a plane scene. The bachelor party scene. Ridiculous. Come on. Come on.
Debauchery.
I wouldn't believe it if I didn't hear about a lot of the flights that the 86 Mets took, and especially the one after they like I think clinched the National League. It wasn't after they won the World Series, but they like destroyed a plane and they like
One after the
got
Astro game.
yeah, they like completely destroyed the plane. And then their manager pretty much had a Jordan Belfort, I'm not fucking leaving moment when he came in with the bill of the damage in front of like the players the next day in the clubhouse, and he like ripped the bill up in front of them. They like everybody went nuts. So yes, absolutely debaucherous flight that I guess I believed.
You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
There you go.
Some would say. uh, my way going tonight, Frank, Tahiti, is for all the things that were far-fetched in this movie, the farthest of fetches was Jordan getting a prime parking spot in Brooklyn in front of Naomi's brownstone. Impossible to get, absolutely impossible, especially that time of night. You never get in a spot like that unless you got, the outline of a chalk of a murder victim there. You're not getting it ever. That's the farthest of fetches right there, just walking right up. The perfect spot ever of all time.
Good call. That's very true. Unless maybe he was so rich he was paying somebody just to stand in that spot
That's
for
true.
five
Yeah, I didn't think of
hours.
that.
But yeah, I thought the same thing. I was like, yeah, okay. Right in front of the apartment. Come on, please.
Yeah, exactly. At 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
They always do that shit in movies in the city. Like it's always pulling right up in front of the door. Okay. That's never happened. People live in the city for years and never park in front of their
It,
apartment.
and if it does, you're not leaving your apartment for
Ever.
like 2 months because you're
That's
like,
it.
I'm not getting rid of that spot. You kidding
You
me?
don't have a car anymore.
No, no.
Gone. Buy a new car.
Alternate side parking. I'll pay the ticket.
Yeah, I'm not moving. I'm not fucking leaving. Uh, all right. So, all
I
right.
do have a quick Ani mention. Quick Ani mention. Sorry,
Ani
because I want to
mentioned
get
Tahiti. Go ahead.
Tahiti. Ani mentioned Tahiti. The pilot just allowing him to fly that helicopter on his own.
Yeah,
Like,
that
come
was
on.
Clearly destroyed on drugs.
Yeah, like you're just gonna let him just land a plane like that in his house? Come on, let's be serious here.
I don't care how much he's paying you. It's not worth your life.
Hell no, no.
ugh. Well, our second and most popular game is Working Overtime with Matt Damon, where we cast Matt Damon in a part that exists or that we make up for reasons not unknown. The reasons are we love Matt Damon. So please, does anyone want to start?
I could start. I
Give.
guess I'll start.
Go
Oh no,
ahead,
no,
please,
you
please,
go. No,
please.
no,
I'm
you.
great because I'm winging it right now. Here we go. Ready? Give me a middle-aged, handsome, horn-rimmed glasses wearing, uh, doesn't know how handsome he is because he's so consumed at his work. Matt Damon as the head of the FBI. And we get a little sidebar. This is in the director's cut of the movie, obviously, 4 hours long.
Obviously.
We have our favorite FBI agent going back and forth, and they're having conversations, and it's an uphill battle. So we get a little struggle between Matt Damon and the FBI agent. And I really don't know where I'm going with this one, other than I just get Matt Damon and, in that role of, I'll shut this whole investigation down if you don't have something for me by next week. And then he obviously gets that break when he reneges on the SEC deal. So yeah, just give me Matt Damon on my screen for maybe 30, 40, 50 minutes.
I feel like Matt Damon would say something different. I think a different line like that. I think Ryan knows the line that Matt Damon would say if they're fighting with each other.
Well, the FBI
But
agent would say it.
with investigating, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
investigate somebody. Yeah, they get a little, they investigate.
I'm like, that's anyone I want, you fucking cocksucker. The world needs bartenders. Bill Weeks with pay.
With pay.
Uh,
Want me to go? I can go. This one,
Sure.
this is for Benny. This is for Benny because I don't have This is for you. I wouldn't replace anybody in this movie, but please give me young Matt Damon, lean Matt Damon, but put him in a bodysuit, color his hair, shave it off a little bit, get a little balding, a little gray, prosthetics. Give me Matt Damon as Max Belfort. We'll get Rob Reiner out for the cuz. We'll get him out, and we'll get Matt Damon in it to play. I mean, forget about it. You've never seen Matt Damon, maybe in a prosthetic, something like that, or as an older gentleman, except for Benjamin Button. Benny's world famous movie, Benjamin Button. But yeah, for the cuz, to make this movie a little bit better, get him up to a 9.5. We'll have a prosthetic wearing Matt Damon as Max Belfort, as Jordan Belfort's dad. I mean, imagine them two together. Please, it'd be like The Departed all over again.
Oh, Departed 2, Electric Boogaloo. I mean,
Forget about it.
It's not even my birthday. You just gave me the best present of the day.
Please, it's for you. It's all for you. Every day of my life, I'm thinking about what I can do for you to make it better.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Give me young to middle-aged, handsome, debonair, perfectly dressed Matt Damon as Borden Gelfort,
Wow.
Jordan Belfort's arch nemesis. He actually marries Teresa after they break up, and it's him. He's been following Jordan this whole time. Donnie didn't give the FBI that note. It was Borden.
Oh my gosh.
He
Borden
just has it out for Jordan for some reason.
I need this movie to become a trilogy at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
The
Wolf
Borden
Pack of
identity.
Wall Street. Oh, Borden.
Well, what better way to end it?
Anything else that we need to say about The Wolf of Wall Street?
No,
Good pick, Robbie.
thank you. I need to put this on the shelf for like a year because it was filthy when I turned it off. I had to go through a wash,
Yeah.
rinse and repeat.
Any announcements you're ready to make, Ryan?
No, I have no idea.
Still,
I was excited. That's
I'm sorry.
poopy my pants. That's a poopy pants.
I know. Well, I got a couple days until we normally would have had to announce it. So, I'll figure it out. I'm going to probably give you guys a couple options. I want to do one that neither one of you have seen.
we could do a poll for the people, but it's up to you.
This is supposed to be a birthday present, not a, some kind of stressful situation. Like, I hope they pick this one.
Yeah. All right. Last episode of Seinfeld it is then.
That's right.
Very bad, man.
All right. Awesome. Great episode. Glad we did it. Have a good night, Robbie. Mr. Birthday Boy.
Oh, good night to my last night in my 30s.
Yeah, right.
You listen. Look at me. I'm talking to you. Sharpen up your attitude next time I see you on the Zoom. All right.
All right. Yeah. Happy 50th.
My wife said, no, Gabriel,
Please, they wouldn't believe it. Look at the screen. They wouldn't believe it.
Wow.
Let the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned from his father. Let